Let's take a look at using wildcards now, shall we? I'm going to open up the Windows Explorer. We're going to do a search. To make this a little bit quicker and easier, I'm going to go into Users Glen, which is my home directory, and I'm going to use the search up here. As we know from looking over that Computer Hope article, which I'm going to go into in a little bit of detail, but that article is going to have a lot more comprehensive explanation. I'm not going to go into detail using the brackets and what have you as replacement characters. That's very powerful stuff. I think it's a little bit beyond the scope of this class because this is a beginner's course. That being said, using an asterisk or a star and a question mark are not outside the scope, so we are going to get good at that during this class. So now, as we know, the search here in this search bar is going to go from C Users Glen, and it's going to look down the tree. It won't look at anything up the tree. So the searches should go rather quickly. So the first thing I want to do is I want to type in star.txt. I want to find all the text files under /Glen. And there's not that many, actually. So we're going to play with schema.txt here in our search because it's a good name. It's easy to work with. I don't feel like typing all that in, and I don't think there's anything relevant with this file here since it's in junk. So we're going to play with schema.txt for this. Looks like a good example. So now if I wanted to hit the X and clear my search, it's going to take me back to Users Glen. Now if I type schema, if I spell it correctly, it's going to assume that there's some kind of a wildcard at the end. For some reason it found the calculating file, so there must be something schema related inside the zip file because it definitely looked inside this zip file, which is good. We want it to. There are settings to make it so it doesn't do that, but we found our schema file, and that the wildcard was assumed at the end, and it would also probably be assumed at the beginning. In a Windows system, a wildcard can be effective because I can type a wildcard in there and it's going to look for any number of characters in between. So SCH, it found that, and everything after that in the letter A, it's all a wildcard. So kind of interesting. I could do a .txt at the end too, and it's going to find that. So that works quite nicely with the wildcard there. Let's look for some of our weak files. Like, for example, I can see on my desktop I've got file names such as week3. So I want to find some of those now. So I can type wildcard for the first character, EE, and then wildcard again. That should find anything named week. And as you can see, it does. These all have the word week in all of these names here. So that one's got speech, free, so key. So as you can see, that EE works in this example. Look at these. These look like PowerPoint presentations. They don't have the word week in them that we can see here. They actually do. It's at the end. Let's say we only want to find the word week where the first two characters are EE, like in this Word document here. If we remove this and we type a question mark here, that question mark represents one position. So this should not have found it here, except that it's got a space. So spaces work a little bit differently. However, this one here, I wouldn't have expected this one to work. A little bit confused by that one, but for the most part, that's how these operate here. And I just wanted to give you that example. These wildcards work the same way in Linux. Thank you very much.